Hi, this is another edition of Stuart Dahl Show. Starring myself, Stuart Dahl. It is a warm, hot and humid Sunday night. Currently, right now, Winnipeg is under a heat warning, which means the humidex may reach as high as 42 today. I don't know if it's reached that today. And Winnipeg is currently under a severe thunderstorm watch, which could mean the potential for damaging hail, high winds, heavy raining, that big cracks of thunder and lightning and that, then even the possibility of tornadoes. And what else? See, week three wraps up, but the CFL season wraps up tomorrow with the Toronto with the Toronto Argonauts and the Calgary Stampeders tomorrow. Then week four kicks off of the CFL season kicks off on Thursday with starting with the Hamilton Tiger Cats versus the Montreal Alouettes, and then Friday night on Randy's Friday Night Football, the doubleheader versus the Ottawa Redblacks versus the Edmonton Eskimos, and then later that night at 9 o'clock on Wendy's Friday Night Football is I guess you could say a rematch of last week between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the BC Lions. Hopefully the Saskatchewan Roughriders can, turn it around and play better like they did last week. And that, in my opinion. What else? I believe week four of the CFL season wraps up Saturday with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers facing the Calgary Stampeders, which that should be an interesting one because you got on one side you got John Huffdagel, who's a successful coach in that, and has won I believe a couple of Grey Cups with the Calgary Stampeders in the past. And then on the other hand, you got Michael O'Shea, who I believe is in his second or third season as the head coach of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and that so this should be an interesting matchup between the two teams, offensively wise and defensively wise and special teams and that. What else? Right now, in my opinion, for Greece right now, as a country, financially, is do or die, on this third, potentially third bailout plan in the last 5 years. But there was supposed to be a conference with all the European Union leaders of like all the European Union countries like Germany, France. That's just to name a couple countries. They were supposed to have a summit today. That's been cancelled because the ongoing difficulty of talks and that to decide what to do with Greece financially, because as it stands right now, the Greek economy is going down the toilet and pretty much has for the last 5 years. But this bailout plan, they need I believe 25 million or billion of that would go into Greek banks. But there hasn't been a decision yet on whether or not to give Greece this potentially third bailout plan in the last 5 years. And that, but what else? Other than that, that's for news. In other sports-related things, the New York Yankees won the weekend series between them and the rivals, the Boston Red Sox. They had won game Friday night 5-1. The Boston Red Sox won 5-2 yesterday, I believe, and the Yankees just won this afternoon 8-6. So they and that. But what you YouTubers have to understand about the rivalry between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, like it goes way back to like way back. At one point, Boston had this 86-year so-called curse on them, and then the Boston Red Sox won their first World Series title in like 86 years, and I believe the Boston Red Sox have won 3 World Series titles in the last 5 years. Which is pretty impressive. And that. What else? What else? In American Association action, the Winnipeg Goldeyes won 3-2 this afternoon. And that. What else? Other than that, I've just been trying to keep as cool as possible in this heat, but we only get heat once a year, so might as well enjoy it. What else? Anyways, I'm gonna be going to the Goldeyes game on Thursday between I don't know, I believe it's between the Goldeye. It's between it's actually between the I believe the Winnipeg Goldeyes and the Gary South Shore Railcats, and that is a 4-game series starting on Wednesday. Wednesday to Friday game times are 7:00 p.m. at Shaw Park, and then on Saturday it is a 6 p.m. start. And then after that, the Winnipeg Goldeyes go on the road to face the St. Paul Saints starting on Sunday and going Sunday, July 19th, and going to Thursday, July 23rd. And then they continue their road trip in Kansas City starting on Friday, July 24th, and then going to Sunday, July 26th. And that's just to name some of the games that the Goldeyes are going to be playing on the road this month. What else? I think in my opinion so far the Winnipeg Goldeyes have been doing good so far this season. And that. What else? I'm really hoping that that Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, wins the WWE World Heavyweight title this coming Sunday, July 19th at WWE Battleground, because Seth Rollins for months, since winning it at WrestleMania, because he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, which no Money in the Bank contract winner in the past has done. And Seth Rollins made history by cashing in his Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania. Which is pretty impressive. But Seth Rollins is unfortunately going up against a very angry and pissed off beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And if you guys don't know who Brock Lesnar is, he was in WWF, I guess you could say back then, World Wrestling Federation, before it became World Wrestling Entertainment because of the conflict between the World Life Federation and the World Wrestling Federation. Anyways, Brock Lesnar was in WWE in the past, like years ago, and he became the youngest WWE champion in history. I believe it was he beat I think it was just The Rock, or I think it was The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I honestly can't remember. But then he left the WWE. And then Lesnar tried, trying out, for the Minnesota Vikings. That didn't work out. So he, gave it a, crack at, UFC, mixed martial arts, or for short, MMA. And Lesnar was really successful in the UFC, winning the UFC heavyweight title by beating UFC Hall of Famer Randy Couture. And if you guys don't know who Randy Couture is, he at one time held the UFC light heavyweight title, which is, if people don't know, that's the light heavyweight division is about up to about 205 pounds, and the UFC heavyweight division is from over 200 pounds up to 265 pounds. And Randy Couture held the UFC light heavyweight title and heavyweight title at the same time at one time. But then Brock Lesnar basically just, I think against Randy Couture, just uses brute power, strength, and speed, and simply, beat the crap out of Randy Couture and won his, first UFC heavyweight title. Then Lesnar held it for a while. Brock Lesnar held the UFC heavyweight title for a while, and then unfortunately he was defending it against Cain Velasquez, and then Brock Lesnar lost the UFC heavyweight title to Cain Velasquez, and Brock Lesnar thought, you know what, I'm getting out of MMA, that's it. So then he came back to WWE what else? Other than that, it's been a good weekend. Temperature rise despite this, heat warning, and it's been a really good weekend for me. Last night I went to hang out with my good friend Jonathan Moline. Me and my friend Jonathan Moline have known each other since he moved here from his hometown of Thunder Bay, Ontario with his mom and dad. And I was his first friend ever. And what else? This has been another edition of Stuart Dahl Show. I am signing off. For you young people, stay in school, stay out of trouble. You'll do fine. Try to keep cool in this heat. Drink lots of water. And for now, Auf Wiedersehen, peace, and bye-bye.